Welcome
Welcome
to another episode of TDB. We are back to some Chinese tea.
Yeah, rivers and lakes tea. Excuse me.
Yep.
Open up.
We're gonna be having some black tea. It's been a while since we had some black tea. This is yep. So Wui area. What type of black tea is this again? Tongmu or something?
Sounds right.
Yeah.
It's a little bit too much.
Yeah. So kind of back to one of the comfort teas of TDB, rather than something a little different like
Tongmu. Village.
Tongmu.
Old Bush.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Yep. There you go.
And you smelled this and you're like, let's try this one.
Yeah, it smells great. I love black tea.
Yeah.
Get the rinse here. Very different color from last episode. Check that out.
Yep.
Give it a snort. Yes.
Yep. Smells like a black.
Indeed. Looking forward to it. Smells great.
And so this tea is pretty fresh. This is just from May of this year, so just a few months old.
Yeah.
So thank you to the folks over at River and Lakes for sending this.
Yeah, nice. It's beautiful. Got like a very slight purple in there, a little, almost like slight green still. Oh, man. So cozy, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, my son's so cozy. Wake up in the morning and put him in front of our little, like, heat vent where the heat comes out of the furnace and stuff. Wrap up a blanket, and he just goes, so cozy. It's awesome. Anyway, this is a so cozy tea.
Yeah.
Get back in there, really clean. I'm eyeballing the quantity of leaf in here. I filled up, I don't know, 40%. The leaves are large.
Yeah.
So if they were smaller leaves, they would compress more.
Yeah.
I would have done 30%.
Just kind of shows you the much more improvisational nature of Chinese tea versus what we were doing last episode.
Yeah, totally.
We had all kinds of devices out there. Denny was checking the time on his watch. So.
Yeah, seriously.
Back to our comfort area.
Yeah, that's like.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheerio, pip pip.
Cheer out. All the way down the hatch.
Nice. A little light to start, but really good.
Yeah, I think we're also partnering adjusted from that very thick green tea.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, a little sweet, definitely flavor fairly on the light end here. But yeah, maybe a little bit of corn.
Yeah, little plum, little corn, little acorn. Nice. The leaves are, they have quite a nice red to them. I wouldn't say that they're incredibly, super highly oxidized. Giving this a bit more time. Water's a bit cooler. Tea has been sitting for a bit longer. Back in here, the leaves are now filling up the Gaiwan. I'd say 60, 70%.
Yeah, looks right.
Oh, so perfumey. Wow. Oh my gosh. The nose on it's incredible.
Yeah, smells really nice.
Yeah, reminds me of just a more pungent floral oriental beauty.
Yeah.
Beautiful color too. Let's see how this brews out in terms of viscosity. This is great. I find that these Fujianese teas are a bit more fruity, whereas the Yunanese teas tend to be a bit more spicy. Just my vibe. I don't know if that's right or not.
What do you tend to prefer?
Damn, I don't know. That's tough.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they're both good for different reasons.
Okay. And
it's like picking between one of my wives, man. I love them all.
trying to get me to spit up my tea.
Shout out to my only wife. I love you.
Dude. Okay. And would you say Oriental Beauty is a little closer to the Fujianese black?
Actually, yeah.
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 Makes sense. They're right across the water, basically.
Yeah. So. Much less spice. This, again, to me, has a bit more fruit. I mean, there's still plenty of kind of an earthiness to it. Minerals in here, definitely. It's nice.
Yeah.
And tasty. A little bit light in terms of the viscosity.
Yeah. Do you think the minerals is something you get on the Fujianese teas pretty often? Because I wonder a little bit, because like Wui mountain teas,
right?
Wui oolong, it's really famous for that kind of mineral. And same overall growing
Yeah.
area. So I wonder if it's like a terroir sort of thing.
I'm sure it is. I couldn't tell you. I'm probably just being primed from seeing literally Wui on the package that I'm like, oh, minerals.
Yeah.
So I won't pretend like I'm so incredible of a taster that I can know that. I wouldn't say that it sticks out. Obviously, an actual Wui oolong is going to be very minerally.
Yeah.
I had tea in China with Chinese tea with an awesome guy in Shinjuku Tea Shop. Check him out. And he described these Wui oolong as like tasting rivers. I was like, that's so good. So yeah, look at that. It's actually some green in there. Definitely, like kind of lightly oxidized. Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder how that's influencing the
Yeah.
flavor here.
There's not all the leaves are the same color.
Yeah, pretty big leaves too.
Tasting rivers. Well, there's also licking rocks, which is my favorite.
That's what I said. I said it's
Rock
like
lickers.
Yeah, it's like licking the desert. Although I suppose it depends on where you are in the desert. God, I film all this like content that I never release for TDB. I'm sorry. I was ever walking through deserts in Oregon, and just walking and talking about what it smelled like. Because I was like, what does the desert smell like?
These are the in-between episodes.
I know.
The unreleased
I know,
in-between
dude.
episodes.
Yeah.
The Denny tapes.
I was thinking of TDB and laughing. Ha! So some boiled water here, third steeping. I feel like this probably isn't going to go for more than one more steeping.
You think so? Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Very sweet, almost like a caramel like thing to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bit more of the corn sweetness now. It's nice. It's light. Ultralight test.
I think it could pass.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
think so,
seems
actually.
relatively unfussy as where these
Yeah.
go. Not even hinting at bitterness.
Yeah.
Mom test?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. It is really pleasant.
Yeah.
I think to your point about sweetness, I think someone would think that someone added sugar to this. It's quite sweet. Wartime test.
I think it passed too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Get a little hyped up.
Yeah. Maybe you need to brew it a little stronger for that, just to, get the energy.
Challenge accepted.
Well, after that last year, I'm not demanding anything, but yes.
I know. Yeah. Nice light. I think this would fit into kind of a semi-daily drinker category. Nothing that feels so different and unique that I'd be like, oh, I can only have this once a week or once a month. This tastes like really like center of the road in a great way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Black.
So black teas are year round for you?
Mostly.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Black
definitely.
teas and ripes.
Yeah. I probably have these more in the afternoon.
Okay.
I don't think I ever reach for a black tea first thing in the morning, though.
Yeah.
Thinking about it. It's almost too sweet. I kind of want something more intense.
Yeah, I feel like they always have a certain mellowness to it. You're not like, obviously you can get too caffeinated from black tea, but usually it's not like, I got too jacked up from that. It's more like, I had some really strong raw pu'er or maybe some Japanese green tea.
Yeah.
And that's what's, impacting my energy level.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm doing this about 30 seconds, maybe. My fourth love and delight. And color, or the liqueur color has really stayed consistent throughout.
Yeah, hasn't ever gotten super dark.
I think that, the ferment that we noticed in the cup is explaining that somewhat.
Yeah. Yeah.
A little bit almost maroon leaves. They've gotten much lighter here. Maybe some of them a little bit darker. You can tell that they're definitely coming from some green vibes here for sure. Nice big leaves. That's for a black tea leaf is pretty remarkable. So this really kind of points to Wui if you were to inspect the cup.
Yeah.
It's actually one thing I don't think about as much as the leaves. If I were to guess what this was, the leaf size is certainly a variable to consider.
Sure, yeah. I mean, that'd be a big difference. Like a lot of Yunnan stuff is the large leaf varietal, and Fujian is more more the standard small leaf. So that could certainly play some factor.
Interesting.
Cheers.
Cheers. More minerals now. The sweetness has died off a little bit. Instead of getting lighter, I wouldn't go more.
Sure.
But I think I might have, if I were to rebrew this again, I think I might go harder to start.
Yeah, it's pretty consistent, I will say, brew on brew out. Little different variations, but pretty much the same by my book.
Really nice. I would pick this up for sure. Yeah, it's tasty. Nice little aftertaste. Again, this is, for me, kind of in that sort of regular drinking, delicious, but also not so mind-bending and just like, whoa, it's taking me out of what I'm doing. I could slowly have a session on this while getting some work done, potentially.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, really nice. Shout out to Rivers and Lakes Tea. Give them a Google. What's their .com? riversandlaketea.com. Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Something like that. Give them a Google. Use ChatGPT. You use ChatGPT for like new stuff? They're really on ChatGPT.
Yeah, I don't know.
Again, this is,
I think they've been around before ChatGPT, so
there you go.
can probably find them.
This is the May 2024 harvest. So again, yeah, pretty fresh leaves, in the Tongmu Village Old Bush. Pick this up. This is good.
Yeah.
Tasty. Again, if you're someone who's had Yunanese teas and you're like, yeah, this is a little bit too much for me, a little bit spicy, a little bit too earthy for me, this is gonna be a little bit brighter and easier to drink, I think. But doesn't mean you should shy away from any of these black teas.
No.
Who are we sending this to?
Your cousin's cat.
Your cousin's